All right, baling rig, are you ready to go at it again? Well, one way or the other, we're going to right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. Yeah, we baled last night trying to help out, and we had a lot of struggles, and I went over and re-raked it to maybe make it a little bit easier on myself. And there's our string. And the problem is, it just must have got damp at the bottom of this. Just a slight bit. And whenever it hits that place, it was causing a screech. So I'm sure we will struggle and struggle and struggle some more. We're gonna have to refeed the twine because I cut it last night to avoid problems, you know. I didn't want I had moisture in the bale chamber, in the bales that were in there, and so we couldn't have that. So I just went ahead and cut the strings, and I'm sure they're dragging under there. So that's that. But the biggest thing is going to be, do we have enough fuel still? And I don't know where I have a stick at. Ooh. Oh, that's terrible. Two terrible things just happened. We don't hardly really have enough gas to even try it. I don't think I have any more. So what to do? I should probably just run to town and get some string and some gas, and then we can try it again. All right, we got about 2 hours till school bus time, so we're just gonna go for it. See how many we can get stuffed out of here, if any. We're gonna hope we have enough gas. Is if we just keep moving, we don't even think about how hot it is. Well, it kind of sucks because now I'm by myself. I don't have a monkey to do all the stuff I don't want to do. Come on. I'm gonna have to use the tractor to pull it. This one does not like to swing. Okay. Now we need to refeed our string. Oh good, they're both still there. All I gotta do is tie them to the bar. Ouch. Okay. Whatever. let's see what happens. It's about 4 days later. Yeah, everything just sat after the insanely hot weather. I mean, it was miserable out there doing this, but I did get it done. Got them all baled up. He got them all picked up before it rained. However, what I didn't do, and I should have, was get these bales out of here before it rained, because I was always taught that ain't no good for it to be sitting, you know, with a bale in it. Basically, what takes place here, if I could get this pulled out of there, basically, what was taking place with this was the ball of string must have sat, when it sat on this metal box at the bottom, it must have drew moisture. And there was one place in that ball of string where it weakened it just enough that it was causing all of my sadness. So basically, what was happening was I could make like 20 bales or so flawlessly, and then it would get to a place in that string where it just wasn't very good, and it would tear. And then you'd have to fool around with refeeding the string and whatever you had to do to get it going. Then you'd go along again real great, but then you'd get a weak place in the string and it would mess up again, and then you'd end up with weird stuff like, you know, I think this is actually tied, but I don't know. It was an ordeal. And I gotta get this dug out of here now. Otherwise, bad things will happen, you know. see on that New Holland baler I bought how terrible shape it was left in. So we don't want that. It stinks too now that it's gotten wet yesterday. Broke my string, but I also, well, no, I didn't. I actually broke the screwdriver. That's crazy. So maybe I won't get that out of there right now. I've got it backed off, and you know, that's real loose. That's like one slab, so that ain't gonna do nothing. I'll get it pulled out of there. But I think that what we have to do at some point here, we're gonna have to get in there to that knife. I do see it on there still. I was wondering if maybe it had went away. But we're gonna have to pull the plunger out and see about sharpening that knife, because we didn't have anything very good when we were trying to do this. We're going farther now. I wanted it to pull back out here where we could maybe see it potentially, but it's fighting me, because why not, you know? Yeah, see there, we can see that knife. It ain't nothing to brag about. It's pretty dull looking, isn't it? It's kind of sharp-ish. But see, there should be another surface, or another one on the bale chamber, so it acts like scissors, you know. I think that was a lot of our trouble too. This long stem stuff was getting hooked around the corner there when it would try to feed it in. And then if the knife didn't shear it, it would shear the pin off on the baler. The safety pin, if you want to say, or whatever, shear bolt. So yeah, that's the deal with that. It does bale. It makes nice little bales, but you just have to, it seems like the last times I've used it, you have to work on it for about 45 minutes before it'll take off and decide to work. So we're gonna have to, you know, do a little more maintenance on that. I definitely like the idea of having it and having a backup baler in case, you know, the other one breaks. But I don't think, from what I've seen so far, that this one is going to be a main baler. No. It has a lot of things that need straightened out. It probably has thousands of hours of use on it, I don't know, but it definitely has some maintenance issues that need taken care of so that it works a lot better than it did, because it was really frustrating out there, as you witnessed if you watched that nighttime baling video, or if you watched over on his channel where we were doing that. It was miserable. Every few feet we'd shear a pin or something, the string would break. It was just constant battle. I know part of that is just because it was so hot. You know, that's the rule. Whenever you bale, it has to be ridiculously hot, and you have to have problems. You just can't bale without that. But no, we don't want to have to go through that again. So I just bought this as a toy. It wasn't like I wasn't planning on going out and baling thousands of bales with it, but I took this one over the other one because this one was hooked up, you know, and I thought it would be so simple. However, it proved that it was quite a lot of work. So I don't know. I'm still glad to have it. I always wanted an Oliver baler to play with, but this one definitely has some wear, and we need to do some better maintenance. All I did before was just grease it, and we went 2 new balls of string and grease it, and we made all those bales out here flawlessly. But after putting the hurt to it, I guess, or some more thicker hay, it becomes obvious the other things that we need to do to it to get it more better, ready to go. And yeah, so we'll get that hay dug out of there, and we will clean it up a little and put it away somewhere in the shed. And I like to with the square balers, or I like to do it with everything I can in the barn, although it hasn't really worked out that way in the last few years. But I usually, after I clean stuff like this off, I get a tarp that fits right over top of it when it's in the shed even, and that keeps the birds from making a mess on it. So I'll have to get one for this. The deer baler has one on it, or it did, unless something wind blew it off or something. But yeah, and then we're gonna have to play shed Tetris and figure out where to put stuff like this. It's always a struggle to figure out what to put in which place, because it's a lot of wasted height to put something this short in a huge, you know, like the barn where that deer baler is now. That's really wasted height space. I could put something taller in, like the round baler or whatever. So we'll have to try to sort that out. But it bailed us out, literally bailed us out, even though it was a struggle. He got his hay done and it's put away. So, and the second day when I went back by myself and did it, it was much better. It was a lot more ready to bale. That first night, I think we were pushing it a little too much. I think it could have used another half a day to dry, because it baled so much better. And then when I re-raked it, that really helped too. Just made it a more pleasant experience to try to go. Those wheel rakes are fine. I mean, they're gentle on the crop, but like with this grass, the bar rake here did it a lot better, because it fed it into a more fluffy, consistent windrow that was a lot easier for the baler to pick up. So I didn't have to worry about anything. You know, I knew when I watched the video the other day and I saw that I didn't take the ball out of that top link, I thought, you know what? It's gonna fall out, and sure enough it did. So that's fine. I mean, live and learn. I shouldn't have. It's fine, you know. I'm at this point in life, I'm used to sadness. And I notice on the videos a lot of times sadness, and then I go out and check, and sure enough I'm right, you know. When it's happening at the time, I don't think of it, but when I watch it and edit, then I think of stuff like that. Sure enough, we lost. But little Frederico, man, I can't say enough good things about this. This is getting to be one of my favorites. I mean, it is so much fun to drive. It's got a good amount of power, and it just runs like a top. I mean, that power steering thing I did to it really made it a lot better. I need to take this hose off and get one made before it breaks, you know, but you know how that goes. We'll probably wait till it busts, because I'm sure that's metric threads, and that's kind of what's held me off on it. But I don't know. It just, he's come a long way, little Freddy has. And for stuff like what I was doing there, that was perfect. That was a perfect size tractor. Worked really well, and a lot of fun, you know. Even though it was miserably hot and whatever, it was still fun, because I like to drive tractors, and hey, you know, field work. So that got you some field work videos for the people, like in the comments, who say, don't you ever actually do any farming, or do you just try to con old widows and orphans out of their dad's tractor to work on? No, I actually do farm work with them. So yeah. Anyway, all I'm doing now is rambling and not making much sense, so we'll probably call this video here, and we'll bring you back sometime when I got more stuff to do. So yeah, we'll leave this here, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.